Tuesday morning news, Ukraine war update and global tensions. Good morning, it's Tuesday, and we're diving into the latest on the Ukraine war, U.S. foreign policy, and how the world is reacting to America's shifting stance. Ukraine, the cost of endless war. The Ukraine conflict is now at a critical crossroads as U.S. military aid remains frozen and European leaders scramble to adjust their strategies. 1. Trump's tough love approach. President Trump has made it clear no more blank checks for Ukraine. The administration is pushing Kyiv to negotiate rather than rely indefinitely on U.S. military support. Ukraine has taken responsibility for its own security, said a senior White House official, adding that Trump's foreign policy aims to prioritize U.S. interests first. 2. Europe's response. Scrambling for Plan B. European leaders held an emergency summit in Berlin discussing alternative ways to support Ukraine, some hinting at taking a bigger role in negotiations with Russia. France's Emmanuel Macron is advocating for a peace roadmap, while Germany is hesitant to escalate tensions further. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer privately urged Trump to hold the line on the Ukraine support. 3. Reality check. Ukraine struggles. The loss of U.S. weapons aid is already being felt. Ukraine's military is running low on critical supplies, with soldiers rationing ammunition on the front lines. Russia has intensified its missile strikes, targeting Ukraine's energy grid and supply chain. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is under pressure, both from within Ukraine and abroad, to find a path towards de-escalation. 4. What's next? The Biden-era policy of as long as it takes is over. Trump's team insists that a negotiated solution is the only viable path forward. Critics warn that pulling back support could embolden Russia, while Trump allies argue that the U.S. shouldn't keep footing the bill for a war that Europe should be taking the lead on. Global reactions and U.S. foreign policy shifts. 1. NATO on the edge. Trump has renewed pressure on NATO allies to meet their defense spending commitments. Some European nations are exploring their own security pacts, anticipating a more American-first approach in the coming years. 2. China watching closely. Beijing is closely monitoring U.S. disengagement from Ukraine, seeing it as a possible green light for more aggressive moves on Taiwan. The Trump administration, however, is reportedly working on a new Pacific defense strategy to counter China while scaling back involvement in European conflicts. 3. Middle East, Russia, and Iran get closer. With the U.S. pulling back in Ukraine, Russia has strengthened military ties with Iran, raising concerns about potential weapons sales and proxy conflicts in the Middle East. Quick hits, other big stories. Oklahoma wildfires. Evacuations continue as wildfires rage across the state with hundreds of homes destroyed. Trump has approved disaster relief, but some blame poor land management policies for worsening conditions. Texas measles outbreak expands. The CDC is urging vaccinations as the outbreak spreads in several unvaccinated communities. Some schools are closing temporarily to stop the spread. Musk and Trump feud? Reports suggest Elon Musk is frustrated with Trump's handling of government job cuts, worried that DOGE reductions could impact key federal contracts for SpaceX and Tesla. Stock market woes continue. Markets remain volatile as investors react to Trump's trade war with Canada, Mexico, and China. On a lighter note, Hollywood embraces America First. Filmmakers are shifting away from woke political-driven stories with more patriotic, faith-based films in production. One major studio is reportedly developing a movie based on Trump's trade battles, featuring a fictional president who puts America back on top. America's Dog of the Year. The Tibetan Mastiff that sold for $1.6 million has officially been named the world's most expensive dog because who doesn't need a 140-pound fluff ball guarding their home? That's your Tuesday morning update. Whether you're cheering or jeering Trump's Ukraine policy shifts, one thing is clear. The world is adjusting to a new America.